right, we're back with another Jay's Checkpoint. It's been a while. Haven't had too many questions or issues to cover, but this week we have a checkpoint regarding the shooting out in Wisconsin, the protester shooter where those folks unfortunately died, and the shooter was the 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, armed with an assault rifle at the protest. So, there's been a lot of controversy talking about, why the police shouldn't have stopped them or should have stopped them, rode past them or not drove past them. Not going to get into the controversy end, but I will encourage everyone to review your state laws. We had a checkpoint before where we talked about open carry, right? Where you can carry your gun, your right to bear arms, your constitutional right, Second Amendment to bear arms. And we talked about how generally that, freedom is limited functionally to public places, usually like a public sidewalk or something like that. You're walking down the street, but as soon as you walk into private property or property owned or controlled to someone else, or even government property, even though it's government property, it's in a public place, but it is privately operated by that city or that county or that state, or even federal government rule, you still have to when you fall in and walk into any of those premises, you still have to fall under their rules for where it comes to your constitutional right to carry that gun. So if you go to Walmart and they say you can't carry your gun there, even though that's a public place, it is not public property. That's sort of a quick review. But when we are properly exercising our right to bear arms in a public place, walking across the street, walking down the street that's zoned for pedestrian use at the time, let's split those things into two categories. Pistols, long guns. Pistols, long guns. Handguns, long guns. Now, generally, we talked about, quick review again, about not going armed into the terror of the public. That regards how you're carrying the weapon, right? Proper way to carry a pistol on your hip, in a holster, somewhere where it doesn't look like you're about to use it, just got finished using it, want to use it. Like we said, walking down the street with a pistol in your hand, sweating, finger on the trigger, talking about who else want to fuck with Hollywood Cole. Not going to go well for you. Police can't roll up on you for that. But if you're walking down the street, police or anyone can see that you openly have a weapon on your hip, it is properly holstered, then you are good to go. Especially if you are in accordance with any other state laws as far as you having that gun. Some states may require you to register it. Some may have you require a permit to carry it, period, even if it's openly. Some may require a permit for you to purchase it. So long as you are in accordance with the state laws, you are within your federal constitutional right. Now, long guns are a little bit different. Long guns, of course, they don't fit into a hip holster, right? So long guns are commonly carried at a port arms position or on a sling, also in a lower ready position. And you can have your finger on the, outside of the trigger guard or even holding that way. Why? Because that's a proper trained way to carry a long gun. Now that's weird, right? You can have a long gun, you can have you have the butt of the gun up on your arms, and you can have your hand around the hand around the trigger guard, and that's not considered going armed to terror republic. No, because when you're properly trained to hold a long gun, that's the way you hold it, either at port arms or in a sidearm ready position, and when you have it on a sling or properly use sling. A pistol, when you have it in your hand and you got your finger outside the trigger guard, that's considered a low ready. Low as in got it low, ready to bring up the target to shoot. So when someone is walking down the street with a long gun, they are still within their constitutional rights as long as they have it in some sort of a safe like position. Now if you put that thing, you tuck that butt of that arm up under that armpit, you got it at a low ready, like you ready to bring up on target, and you duck down and you hunch down in the stance, like the fighting stance, that's a little bit different. So we can look at and draw your own opinions with that information as far as we look at these videos where, Kyle Rittenhouse walking past the police, before the shots were fired, after the shots were fired. That is the information I just provided, is not to address that. But that was a good way for everyone to go back and review your laws, because here's the thing. The second part of that controversy is with him being 17 years old, right? Well, that's the major thing we have to address, because every state has their own particular laws. Now, many of them mirror one another, but every state has their own particular set of laws as to when it comes to what age you can openly carry. Some states say you can openly carry at 17. Some say at 18. Then some of your states actually break it down to you can openly carry a pistol at 18, but openly carry a rifle at 17 or 16. There's a couple of websites that actually break down each one separated, pistol and long gun. Long gun usually includes rifle and shotgun, but there are a couple, I think maybe 2 states that even separate rifle and shotgun. Now, often the reason why those two are separated is because a lot of times, those laws are protected for youth who go hunting. Dad takes you hunting. Boy Scouts back in the day used to go hunting with live ammunition, things like that. So it's to say, a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old properly supervised in the woods isn't breaking the law. So they have a lot of provisions in there that also covers what exactly is open carry, where you're allowed to be. In each particular state has a breakdown. Where you're allowed to be, and that's considered open carry. You can open carry in a place where you're instructed or learning to shoot a weapon, or in an official gaming site, but you can't be of age opening carry down the street with that same long gun. But in some states you can. So if you're watching this, review your state laws as far as open carry, and make sure that you understand if your state has a distinction between open carry a pistol and open carry a long gun. All right? Know your rights, know your laws, limit your police encounters, and when they do encounter you, make sure it goes the right way because you know your stuff and not because you think you know your stuff. Stay alive and stay safe. Love y'all.